In 2026, governments still intervene to defend their currencies, and the standing assumption is that a determined central bank cannot be beaten. The cleanest counterexample in the record has a date and a name: September the 16th, 1992, and George Soros. This is the archive of Black Wednesday. This is an archive of the 1992 sterling crisis. Documented market history only. Not a forecast, not investment advice. Chapter 1. The Peg. In October 1990, Britain joined the European exchange rate mechanism, pegging the pound to the Deutschmark at 2.95 inside a narrow band. The aim was to import German anti-inflation credibility. The flaw was built in from the start. After reunification, Germany ran high interest rates to fight its own inflation. Britain, sliding into recession, was forced to shadow them. The peg meant importing another economy's policy at the worst possible moment. Chapter 2. The Pressure. By 1992, Britain was in recession, unemployment rising, a housing slump deepening, while the peg demanded interest rates the economy could not bear. Markets could see the contradiction plainly. George Soros's quantum fund built a short position against sterling, reported at around $10 billion. The bet was not really against the pound's fundamentals, it was against the government's tolerance for pain. A peg defender must win every single day. The speculator only needs to win once. Chapter 3. September the 16th, 1992. On the morning of Black Wednesday, the Bank of England bought sterling in enormous size and raised base rates from 10 to 12%. The selling did not stop. That afternoon, the government promised 15% rates, and for the first time, a rate rise moved nothing. The market had concluded no rate was believable in that economy. By evening, Britain suspended its ERM membership. The peg was dead, 15%. Base rate promised in one day. 10%, 12%, 15% announced. Sterling fell roughly 15% against the mark in the weeks that followed. The Treasury's official estimate of the cost of the defence was eventually put at around £3.3 billion. 3.3b, Treasury's estimated cost of defending the pound. Chapter 4. The Man Who Broke the Bank of England. Quantum's profit was reported at around $1 billion, and the newspapers gave Soros the title he still carries, the man who broke the Bank of England. The asymmetry he exploited is permanent. The defender needs infinite credibility, the attacker needs one afternoon. Chapter 5. The Twist. Defeat turned out to be liberation. Freed from the peg, Britain cut rates, adopted inflation targeting within weeks, and entered 15 years of growth. Some economists later called it White Wednesday. The scar it left is also why Britain never joined the euro. Chapter 6. The Pattern. The pattern the record shows. 1. A fixed exchange rate imports someone else's policy. 2. Recession makes the required defense politically unbearable. 3. Speculators price the pain threshold, not the fundamentals. 4. The exit is humiliating and freeze policy the very next day. This archive does not predict the outcome of any current currency defense. It documents the one afternoon the record shows most clearly, when the political cost of defending a price exceeded the cost of abandoning it. The archive stays open. This is what the historical record shows.